What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, man. Once again, we're going to not necessarily take a look at iOS 13, but more so talk about one specific feature within it that is kind of a little weird. I don't know how to describe it that well, but it kind of is a little weird feature that I think means well, but isn't necessarily suited the best for iPhones right now. And that specific feature is actually for the battery. So a new feature within iOS 13, it actually enables you to slow down the charging of your battery after it hits 80%. So if you're charging your phone, let's say overnight, it will first charge to 80%, then it will slowly charge up to 100%. And the reason they did that is actually to preserve your battery health. So as you can see, I'm on 88% right now, and that's really not the best, but it's also not horrible either. I would say once it dips below 80%, then go ahead and refix it. Go ahead and go to Apple and have them swap out the battery for a new one. So that's kind of cool. And the feature is actually right there, optimize battery charging, and you do have the ability to enable it or disable it, which is really, really cool. So in theory, that's actually not that bad of a feature, and it honestly makes a lot of sense if you think about it. But here's the thing, I've been using iOS 13 for a couple of days now, for at least a week and a half since it's been released, and I didn't even know about this. I knew about the battery optimized charging thing, but I didn't even know you could turn it on or off. I thought it was automatically enabled. And the reason that's kind of weird is because I did not get any notification, no anything when I was setting up my iPhone for the first time. I didn't get a pop-up like, oh, this was what's going on. You're going to have slower charging once you hit after 80%. And that's kind of weird. I would want to know that I can enable it or disable it. I didn't even know about it. So if you want to enable it or disable it, all you have to go, if you're on iOS 13, go into General, go into your Settings app, go into Battery down here. Then you can go click Battery Health, and then you can turn it on or turn it off. But I didn't even know that. I didn't know you had the ability to turn it on or off until I actually went to the battery settings today when I was making this video. And the only place I saw this actually mentioned was on Apple's website for their iOS 13 all features. If you scroll down, you can see they mentioned the optimized battery thing. And I saw it again today on Reddit, and I was like, oh, you know what? I gotta talk about it. So in theory, I like it. It's a cool little feature, but here's some situations where I think, Apple might have not thought the best for everybody's sake, because in theory, what they do is that when you plug in your phone and you charge it overnight, the iPhone will learn your charging habits. So if it knows you sleep at 11 p.m. and you wake up at 7, so what it'll do, it'll hit the 80% on 1 a.m. or something, and then it'll slowly charge up to 100%. And when you wake up at 7 a.m., it'll be at that full 100%. And so that's cool and everything, but sometimes there are cases where, you don't necessarily wake up at the same time every day. So, it could be pretty sporadic right there, but maybe in that case, the iPhone will be able to learn your experience too there. But here's the other thing. Let's say you plug in your iPhone at 11 p.m., right? And you're sleeping, whatever, and you wake up at 2 a.m. Would you necessarily be on 85% or something like that? Because you're not at that 7 a.m. yet. So really you're at 85%. And let's say you unplug your phone, you're charging it throughout, whatever, you're getting through, you're doing some homework, whatever. And let's say you charge it back, you plug it back in at 5 a.m. Does that mean that the phone will charge perfectly fine up until the 100%? So will it charge from 85% to 100% from 5 to 7 a.m. normally when you usually charge your device? That's one thing that I would probably want to know right there. But another thing, if you're plugging your phone at work sometimes, and let's say you unplug it, whatever, will it know that you usually do plug in your phone or don't plug in your phone there too? And will it slowly charge your phone after you hit the 80%? I think that is kind of a huge thing right there. Of course you have the ability to turn it off, but that's something I would love to see Apple kind of go more in detail about, because there's a lot of cases where, some people might be plugging their phone and unplugging it, and they might have slower charging even after the 80%. Like right now, I'm on 83%. So if I plugged in my phone and this is enabled, does that mean my phone will be slowly charging until it hits the 100%? Because if that's the case, I would be willing to lose a little bit of my battery capacity to, gain faster charging and to be at that 100% when I need to. Because yes, you might be better off having a 95% battery life on 100% maximum capacity. But in some cases, you need to be able to utilize that fast charging. And if Apple is kind of slowing down charging there, like I said, it makes sense. I like it. It's a good idea. But they didn't really showcase it. They didn't have any notifications. They didn't tell me anything that was happening besides on Apple's website. And this isn't the same thing as Batterygate or anything. They're not slowing down your phone or the battery or whatever. But all they're doing is slowing down the charging. But they didn't really tell anybody per se. They just put it on their website. I didn't see that many people talking about it. I mentioned it on my earlier iOS review earlier last week, but since then I haven't really seen too many people talk about it until on Reddit today. So I hope Apple can go more in detail about it. Or even kind of alleviate some of these issues. If we randomly unplug it, then we plug it later on in the night or whatever, will it know that? Will it still be slowly charging, whatever? that's a huge thing. I hope Apple goes in more detail about that, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, till then.